Hi folks, this is Dave with the Bit Journal Broadcast. Today I'm going to be reviewing a nice indie game that just released on the Nintendo eShop going back on Friday called Odallus. Odallus is a Castlevania-like game that will give you a lot of memories of different types of NES and Sega Genesis classics, such as Castlevania, Ghosts and Goblins, Gargoyle's Quest. Those seem to be the three that the developers, Joymasher, based the game off of. And other games like Cadash on the Genesis, ActRaiser once again on the NES, perhaps a little bit of Shikana Forever Man in there. I see a lot of different platforms within this game. But hey, let's get to it. This is Odallus the Dark Call. I'm going to get my file fired up first. And as you can see, we have an overworld screen that looks very similar to the one that you would see either in Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse or Ghosts and Goblins. You can see it has branching paths. The thing with the branches are, it really depends where in the level you take. So if you walked higher up towards the top, you'll take the top branch. If you walk more towards the bottom, you take the bottom branch, for example. There's also hidden elements in the game that you'll find as well, just like in traditional Castlevania-like titles. Occasionally you'll find walls and stuff that you can break, etc. I'm going to show you something that's a little bit more interesting here. So, first I'll start by going to this location. And as you can see, this is our hero, Haggis. And when I say Haggis, yes, I'm referring to the food, Haggis. That's what his name is pronounced like. We start off with our armor and our sword. I haven't gotten too many upgrades yet. I got a few weapons here. If I hit my R trigger, I can cycle between some of the sub-weapons. We have an axe, we have a torch, and a spear. Those are some objects that I found throughout the level. But as you can notice right now, this is Haggis's default skin right over here. You know, it's kind of looking very Trevor Belmont-ish, the way he's looking. But let me go back out to the main screen for a second. Let's look at his other skins, though. So that's his default skin right over there. Now, notice we got the red Gargoyle, we got the Vampire Hunter, and we got the Royal Knight. Let's start off with the Vampire Hunter, since that would be the most obvious. Let's go to location, take a look at what we got here. So as you can see now, he's a lot more Trevor Simon Belmont-ish in the way he looks. As you can see, this game also controls a little differently than your average Castlevania. You notice I'm getting whooped over there for a bit. And here's the thing. So, when I'm using the face buttons on the controller, your Y button is actually your attack, and your A button is to jump. So you find your thumb shifting between these two buttons right over here. And in all honesty, I'm not gonna lie, it takes a little getting used to, guys. I think what they were trying to emulate was they were trying to emulate the flatness of the NES controls, because if you look at an NES controller, the buttons are usually flat across, whereas if you look at something more like a Super Nintendo or a PlayStation controller, the buttons are off of an angle, as you can see here. Now, for more modern Castlevanias, such as Symphony of the Night, we're usually used to using the B button to jump, and right over here, the Y button to attack. So, shifting between those two buttons takes a little time, a little practice. I will say, however, that over the time I've played this game, I have gotten used to the controls, and I've gotten a little bit better at it, and I've gotten to like the game a little bit more. But one of the bummers about the game is the fact that you can't customize the controls. I mean, realistically, I would have liked to be using B and Y, because I'm a little bit more used to the Symphony of the Night control scheme. I'm also used to the NES control scheme as well, but with the NES controller, we only have two buttons on the side, whereas we've got the B and the X over here. It's very easy to slip off your finger and mistaken the button that you're going to press, and sometimes it screws you up when you're in the middle of gameplay. So, you know, do I like it? I prefer that the control scheme will be swapped up a little bit better, but once you get used to the control scheme, you could play it just like any other platformer pretty much. So, right over here, as you can see, getting back to the skins though, we've got our Simon Belmont skin right over here. Of course, you're not going to call it Simon Belmont, they call it Vampire Hunter for copyright reasons, but definitely has that look. Let's go take a look at some of the other skins. Next skin we have is the Royal Knight. Wait till you have a look at this one. This is just great. Alright, so now we have a Royal Knight. He's looking very knightly. Watch what happens when I jump. Do you see those arms? Does the dude look like he's kind of prancing across the screen? Yes, folks. He is using Arthur's jump from Ghouls and Ghosts, or the Ghosts and Goblins series, as you guys may be familiar with. So, that's what he's hitting up with. It's got that Ghouls and Ghosts vibe, Ghosts and Goblins vibe going for it right over there. It's definitely a very different look for the character. Let's look at the next skin after this. We got one more skin to look at before we move forward with the rest of this interview. So hold on just for 1 second, folks. Alright, and the last skin we have is the Red Gargoyle. Let's go to location. And right over here now, this is a really badass looking gargoyle. What they were actually trying to emulate with this gargoyle skin was the gargoyle from Gargoyle's Quest, which some of you may know as the spin-off from Ghosts and Goblins, where you got to play as that gargoyle that you find mid-level through 1-1. And that's basically what it's trying to emulate. Unfortunately, the gargoyle skin can't fly. That would be pretty cool if you like flutter in the sky for a little bit of time. But no, it doesn't do that. Another thing you'll notice about this game too is if you look very carefully at the edges of the screen, you notice they're looking very rounded, and you can see scan lines as well. The idea of that is to emulate what it's like to play on an old CRT television or an old CRT arcade monitor, and it definitely pulls off that effect beautifully. It would have been nice if they gave you the option to turn it off, but I think it looks pretty nice though, and it really gives you that old school arcade aesthetic. Let me go back to my default skin, and then we will get through this game. Alright. So here I am, back as Haggis again, attacking my enemies, so forth and so on. And as you can see, Haggis has sub-weapons, but I usually save the sub-weapons for bosses. I could use them for some particularly annoying enemies, such as ones that are hard to attack. A lot of enemies are hard to attack. You can see they have very fast attack patterns over there, and I get hit left and right. Not fast on my attack buttons over here. One interesting thing that this has that Castlevania doesn't have is the fact that you can actually hold on to legends. That's a nice little change. That's more Prince of Persia-ish, actually, the way that looks. Jumping-wise, though, another thing that's a little different from Castlevania is the fact that you can actually move back and forth while you're in the air. When I jump, I'm not necessarily committed to the jump like you usually are in the more traditional Castlevania-type titles. With that said, though, like I said, some of these enemy attack patterns can get a little weird, and actually I don't even think it's really the attack pattern more than it is the collision detection. It's not that the collision detection is off, it's just, I don't know, it's like they made the collider around your character a little bit bigger, so he tends to be more vulnerable than most characters are. Pretty big character sprite, very nice looking though. Definitely the bigger character sprite reminds me of that game Ask Dynamics that was released by Jellico on the NES back in 1990. Great little platformer game that if you guys have an NES, I suggest you get out there and try that out. Another thing that Odallus the Dark Hall was known for is having some really cool cutscenes. And the cutscenes are similar to what you would find in Ninja Gaiden. For those of you that don't know, Ninja Gaiden was actually one of the first games to serialized cutscenes in a console game. So we actually have them to thank for. Some of the cutscenes in this game are really epic. They're in the old school traditional pixel art style. They are well drawn. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first heard about Odallus and Dark Call and the other game that Joymasher released, Oniken, which I'll review another time, I actually thought that these games were Japanese arcade games because I seen a collection with both of those games being sold on Play Asia in one package. It's limited edition. It's going to be selling with about 5,000 copies. It's supposed to release sometime in the second quarter. There isn't an official release date on this yet, but you can currently download both of those games from the Nintendo eShop right now as we speak. I should also mention too that you can download them from the PlayStation Store as well, because it's also on PlayStation 4, and you can find these games on GOG.com and Steam as well. So if you guys are PC gamers out there, it's actually been out for the PC a lot longer than it's been out for the consoles. Definitely go and check it out if this is your type of a thing. So another thing interesting about Odallus, as I'm playing through these levels, midway through the game, you'll find these little shops over here, and the orbs that you gain from killing enemies, you can use those orbs to buy food to replenish your health, sub-weapons, or if you even have enough orbs, you can buy an extra life. That's what these talismans are right over here. So I'm going to get some soup because he's missing like half a heart over here. We'll exit out of this. And then this right here, that's a checkpoint. Now, since some of the enemies tend to have, since the collision detection is a little off, I think the reason why they put their shops into place and why they have that checkpoint system in there is to kind of keep you going so the game isn't super difficult like it was back in the day. I mean, if you don't touch that checkpoint, I can guarantee you that when you die, you will end up back at the beginning of the level. So it's nice for a change to see a checkpoint system in place. At least for some of you more modern gamers out there, that's definitely something you want to see. Now, let me see what we have here. I did beat this boss previously, so if the level is looking a little empty, that would be why. But I just wanted to show you what some of the level design is like. You see that fire right over there? It looks like that's been ripped straight out of Contra 3 Alien Wars on SNES. Pretty cool effect. You can tell that Joymasher really studied Konami carefully. They love their games. I'll tell you, this one guy. This is like their Flea Man, their version of Flea Man. He is really annoying. I think he's more annoying than the Flea Man that you come across in Castlevania, actually, because they jump so high and they can throw that dagger on top of your head if you're not careful. So definitely something you want to look out for when you're playing Odallus, is those little Flea Man type characters. Good thing I got a little bit faster walk speed than those guys, because sometimes when these guys, you'll run into them, they're not always the easiest to kill. And there I am getting hit again. Let's see, wait for that fireball. Get out there. Oh no, horrible on that timing. What am I doing? Alright, so, got this guy here. Let's see what's behind here. Nope, nothing. I must have grabbed those chests before. Alright. Yeah, these guys with the crossbows are particularly annoying. As you can see, they have a fast firing pattern. You gotta kind of get them with the reload, and it's really tough to get them. You usually end up getting hit by them if you're not careful. Alright, here's a shop. Finish my life again. Well, look at that. I have exactly 65 orbs, and I'm going to use that to get a pork shake and fill up my life. Exit out of here. Let's exit on to the next levels. Yeah, so what I really like about this game is I like the old school pixel art. Some people compare these to 8-bit style NES games, but I feel they're kind of a cross between 8-bit and 16-bit. Of course, in this day and age, they consider it to be a retro style, but they really give me that vibe of being back in the arcades, playing a game like Roston, for example, or, like I said once again, Cadash. Cadash was on the Genesis, but it was also in the arcades as well. Another really cool game. Also, kind of reminds me of Blades of Vengeance. That was a game that was released by Electronic Arts way back in the 1990s. A lot of you may or may not have played it, depending on how old you are. That was another really cool game that this reminds me of. Yeah, they had some really cool platformers back then. Let me get out of here. I have no idea why I went back to that map. Let's see. So, let's select the location. We can go to Dark Forest. Looks like I've gotten 4 out of the 6 secrets in there. Okay, Aqueducts, Area 1. What do we got here? Dark Forest, Area 2. I don't even know if we can get through that yet. Yeah, let's go through the Aqueducts. I haven't done this level yet. We'll see what kind of secrets lie with this level. Ooh. Alright. Skirt the spread much farther than I thought. These Odallus pieces that emanate 10 feet of strength. Alright, so as you can see, this is looking very similar to some of the water levels that you find throughout many of the different Castlevania games, the old school style ones. At first, the jumping on this game bothered me a little bit, but as I got used to it, I'm actually kind of glad that they have this jumping mechanic around, because it's a little bit more forgiving than what original Castlevania was like. I always loved the original Castlevanias, they're favorites of mine. But, you know, this jumping mechanic is not bad. And whoa, did you just see how the enemy faked me out over there? I thought he was only going to throw a projectile going straight at me, and he's like, nope, we're going to fire right down at you, and we're going to hit you. So, that's good. They love giving you a challenge in this game, and it's definitely a plus. Now, I'm just moving through the level here. Let's see, what else do we find? Oh, already at the end of the level. Oh, nice. Get to fill my heart container and have another full heart. So guys, unlike Castlevania where they use hearts for firing your sub-weapons and keeping count of the amount of sub-weapons you can use, hearts actually fill your life in this game. That's a welcome concept right over there. Something that really you probably should have seen in Castlevania but never did. But I'm glad that Joymasher had enough foresight to see that, so that's good. We have that. Okay, watch out for these spikes over here. Those things are okay. See, that water kind of pushes you forward when you're going through. Oh, and it's also got that Sonic the Hedgehog countdown. You jump up there to get your basically get some air. If you don't jump up, you die. It doesn't have any water bubble sequence like Sonic does. But as you can see, it's got the numbers there. Definitely throw you off. Yeah, this is amazing. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Countdown. Oh, the countdown is a lot less forgiving than Sonic as well. And if I don't make this, I'm going to die. So, there we go. Just in time. Let's take it away my life like crazy. Let's do that again. Yep. Died within the middle of the level. But yeah, guys, this is Odallus, the Dark Hall. I think it's a fun platformer. It's not perfect. Like I said, I feel the control issue should be fixed. We should be able to customize what buttons we would use with the game. I really like the screen filter that gives it the roundness, that arcadey look to it. I like the whole theme. It's a really, really dark game, and in my eyes, that's awesome. I love playing Gothic-style platformers. Castlevania obviously got me into that kind of a thing. So, if I had to give this a score, I'd say I'd give this somewhere around, I'd have to say an 8.0. The game overall plays really well once you get used to the control scheme, but because you cannot customize the controls and change it around, I probably would have given it an 8.5. If the control scheme could be changed up a bit, it probably would have made the game a little bit more fun. It's a decent side-scroller. It's really cheap too. You can get it for, right now it's sold for 20% off on the shop since it's launch probably get it for, if I remember correctly, it's like close to $11 somewhere around there. I know it's not too much, but also if you buy that, you get Onikin, you get like a 10% off discount from Onikin as well. So, yeah, guys, once again, this was Odallus the Dark Call. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and like always, peace! Have a great one, folks, and have a good night. Take care now. Bye-bye.